This is David at The Verge, and this is the new Jawbone Up. The Up first came out last year, but it had some serious issues. It actually just stopped working for a lot of people, and Jawbone wound up offering everyone a refund for their model. Jawbone's been working on a new model since then, and promises that the new one is sturdier, more powerful, and is basically unbreakable, and having spent a week or so with it, that seems to be true. On the outside, though, it's pretty much the same thing. It's a textured, rubbery bracelet available in a bunch of different colors, and it tracks your every move. The band itself is nice looking. It's definitely something you won't mind wearing all the time, but it's a little big and bulky for my taste. It comes on and off really easily. It doesn't have a clasp. It's just rigid enough to stay on your wrist. But the rubber can kind of stick to your arm, and it always got in my way on the palm rest of my laptop, kind of clacking around. It's just not very comfortable. Those aren't huge problems, and it definitely won't turn you off from using this device. You use the Up to track three things. The first is your activity. It measures your steps throughout the day and tracks them against a goal you've set for yourself, which is 10,000 steps a day by default. Uses that number to track calories burned, how much time you've spent active versus inactive, and lots more. It's really accurate and really consistent, and pulls a surprising amount of data just from you wearing it on your wrist and not thinking about it. The second thing I think is even cooler. The app actually tracks your sleep. It'll tell you how long you slept, how much of that was deep sleep, and how much you woke up during the night. It also has a built-in alarm clock, which is my favorite thing. It'll wake you up as much as 30 minutes before the alarm you set based on when you're in light sleep and will wake up feeling better. It works incredibly well. It's actually the only alarm clock I don't want to just throw out the window every morning when it goes off. The third thing you can track is what you eat, but that requires a lot more effort on your part. If what you're eating has a barcode on its packaging, you can just scan that using your iPhone's camera, and the Up app will automatically grab all of its nutritional information. That part's pretty cool. But if there's no barcode, you can input it manually or use Jawbone's food glossary. And they all work fine, but it's a lot of work to maintain. For every cup of coffee or glass of water or snack you eat, you always have to go and find exactly the thing you had and then input information. It's just a lot of work. If you're willing to do all the work, though, the Up system is pretty great. It syncs to your iPhone via the headphone jack. There's a port on the bracelet itself. There's an Android app coming, but it's not here yet. And it makes all of your data really easy to see. You can see how many steps you've taken today and how much sleep you got, and see how you're doing compared to your goal. You can also see a timeline of your food, sleep, and activity, or look at trends in how you ate versus how you feel, and so on and so forth. There are a lot of different ways to use the data the bracelet's collecting, and the app does a great job of surfacing all of it. Now, the syncing itself is a little clunky since you have to actually take the bracelet off and plug it in every time. Bluetooth would be a lot better, but it works fine as is. The Up costs $129, and here's the thing. It's really powerful, but it's a lot more work to maintain than something like the Nike Fuel Band. It's also a lot more complicated. With the Fuel Band, it's all about whether you did better or worse than your goal or than you did yesterday, but the Up is based much more in things like calories and steps and tracking how you eat and function and feel over time. And there's all kinds of powerful stuff you can get out of it, but you have to put a lot more time and effort into it. If you really want the most diverse data, the Up or the Fitbit One is the way to go. The Fitbit has wireless syncing and an Android app and a few more social features, but I like the Up's hardware and app a lot better. And I like that it's a wristband and not a clip that goes on your pants and that you'll lose immediately. At least I did. It's really just a matter of personal preference there. For the right kind of person, the Up could be a really great device, but you'll definitely only get out of it what you put in.